What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls? I hope you guys are good today. Let's get started. Here we are again with another. This thing is playing. Here we are again with another practice session. Yeah, I'm a bit tired, but we practice. There's no time to rest. There's no time to waste. Yeah, so I may speak a bit slow today, or I may have my words and thoughts mixed up, but it is what it is. I'm just tired, but we're practicing, and here we are. We've showed up, and we are going to practice. So welcome to another stream. We're going to start off with our practice as usual. Warm-up exercises as usual, and then we're going to go ahead and practice our 7th chord arpeggios in the key of C sharp. We're going to continue from where we left off yesterday. So yeah, without further ado, let us get right into it. So we're going to practice 5-finger warm-up exercise. I'm in the key of C, and then we're going to move that up half steps, probably until we get to F, but we'll see how far we can take that. So let's get right into it. This is the correct tempo. I don't know what it is. I should probably, yeah, I'll try. I downloaded an app that I can connect this keyboard to. Hopefully that gives me more information, but I'll do that afterward. Yeah, let's get right into it. So 5 fingers, each finger plays one note, C major scale, only playing the first 5 notes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, on time. Cool, let's play C minor instead of C major. So the first 5 notes. Then we're gonna go back to C major. 1, 2, 3, C major. I really don't like what this software is doing because I'm not playing anything, but it shows this and this as pressed. So let me move up an octave. Let me play up here with the right hand. 1, 2, 3. Let's continue C major. C minor. C major again. C minor. Then we're going to sharp that 4th. Alright, let's sharp the 4th. That's my fault, that's not sharped. Let's sharp it. Alright, let's go back to C minor. Cool, C major. Then we're gonna go double time. 2, double time, 1, 2, 3, go. C minor. C major. C minor. Cool, let's sharp that 4th. 1, 2, 3, go. Three, 4, 1, 2, 3, C major. C minor, diminished, sharp fourth, C minor, C major. Then we're gonna move it up to C sharp. 2, 1, 2, 3, C sharp. C sharp minor, 2, 3, go. Then we're going to sharp that fourth. 2, 1, 2, 3, sharp the fourth. Back to C sharp minor, C sharp major, minor, one more time, major, minor, diminished, one more time. On time. Let me bring the hands together. 2, 1, 2, 3, major. Minor, major, minor, diminished, major, double time, minor, diminished, minor, major, let's move up to D major, 2, 3, go, 1. Let's double time in C sharp and then move over to D major, 1, 2, double time, 2, 3, go. D major, 1, 2, 3, go. D minor, let's sharp the fourth. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Minor, E flat 1, 2, 3, go. 2, 3. Let's come from D again. And then go to E flat, major. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. E flat minor. We're gonna sharp the 4th. Minor. Major. Minor. Diminished, sharp 4th. Then let's move over to E major. Oh, that was messy. E minor. Sharp the 4th. E minor. E major. E minor. Sharp the 4th. We're gonna move over to F. F major. 2, 1, 2, 3. F major. F minor. Let's sharp that 4th. F minor. F major. F minor. Sharp the 4th. Let's stay here for a while and then move over to F sharp major. One, two, 1, 2, 3. F sharp major. F sharp minor. 1, 2, 3, go. F sharp major. F sharp minor. Sharp the 4th. Back to F sharp minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Minor. F sharp major. Minor. Sharp that fourth. Then we're gonna move over to G. 1, 2, 3, go. Minor. Sharp the fourth. Minor again. Major to end. Ending. Okay. So that is fine for the first warm-up exercise. Let's take a quick break, and then we're going to move over to the second warm-up exercise, and then do some finger strengthening exercises, and then move over to practicing the arpeggios. Yeah. So it's always good to rest. You lose nothing by resting, and in fact, there's no rush for anything. So always rest if you feel like you're getting a bit tired, because that will also help you to play more relaxed, because when you're tired, you strain and play tensed up because you're tired, your fingers and your hands are tired, your wrists are tired, your everything is tired, and you're trying to compensate, and so you end up being tighter and more tensed up. So rest so that you're fresh when you're practicing. Cool. So we'll do the next warm-up exercise in the key of F. We are already well familiar with it. In fact, let's do it in C sharp. That's the one that we're going to be doing. I don't know what the name is. I'll just call it alternating 5-finger warm-up, because we're alternating 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 2, 1, 5, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Cool. Let's bring back the time, and let's get started with it. C sharp, 2, 1, 2, 3. On time. Double time. 1, 2, 3, go. One, two, three, go. Stay here for a bit. Stay here even further. Trying to get used to it. 2, 1, 2, 3, go. I see my thing is clipping. Yeah, piano is still clipping. 1, 2, 3, go. Good. Double time. One more time. Double time. Cool, let's end this one. Cool. So I think the next will just be Hennen's first exercise in the key of C. And then we should be good to get started with our arpeggios. So same time, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. I watched a video where this lady was doing this exercise, but with different rhythms. So I'm thinking of maybe doing that as well. Descending. try a different rhythm. Descending. Ascending. One more time. Descending. Then we're gonna play double time. Normal rhythm. 1, 2, 3, go. Descending. What was that rhythm again? 3. Okay. I'm trying to see what it's like in double time. Okay. Descending. Let's repeat that one more time. One time. Descending. More octaves. One octave. Descend after that. Descending. I think we're good. Yeah, we can take a quick break and prepare to get started with arpeggios. So we're going to do arpeggios in C sharp for 7th chords, and that's going to be quite simply, as an example, C sharp major 7 with the octaved C sharp. On both ends. Just on time. So let's do that. Cool. I'm gonna move the mic away and won't be talking as much, just so that I can focus. 1, 2, 1, 2, both ends. I was trying there. Cool. We're gonna move from C sharp major 7th to the minor 7th chord. Let's do 4 of these and then move over to the minor 7th. it's not a song Nova. I'm just practicing pentatonics. I mean, not pentatonic. I mean arpeggios in for 7th chords. So I'm doing the minor 7th chord arpeggio now, going to the major 7th arpeggio. So I've isolated my left hand because it's struggling a bit. So I'm focusing a little bit on that for now. But I'm at the end of that now, and I'm about to do both left and right hand together. That was worth a shot. I'm gonna rest a bit because my hands are a bit tired. But I've essentially, I'm still not comfortable. Yeah, especially on the left hand. So that's interesting. I'm wondering whether I should continue C sharp and stay here until I get comfortable, and then only move over to E flat after that, or if I should continue to E flat and see if that's better, and then come back to C sharp as well. I guess I can continue for now. So I'm gonna move over to E flat and try that at probably halftime, see how that feels. And then tomorrow we're going to still come back to C sharp and practice, especially on the left hand. I think the right hand is sort of okay, though the elevation of the black keys is what makes it difficult. So in general, my fingers are not used to how the difference in elevation between the white and black keys. So especially the left hand. So that's what I'm going to try to get comfortable with over the next couple of weeks. Okay, so let's rest up a bit and then try to play it try to play the arpeggios in E flat at halftime. Yeah, let's try that. The minor seventh is gonna be easy because it's just black keys. And then diminished seventh, that's gonna be interesting. Half diminished. Dominant seventh. Okay, and augmented seventh. Not bad. Other augmented seventh. Not bad either. Going backwards. And then dominant seventh. Okay. And then half diminished. And then diminished. Okay, and then minor. Then major seventh. That's interesting. Left hand. That feels slightly better. Then minor seventh. Yeah, the stretch is it's not bad, but I'm not used to playing on the black keys. Right, and diminished seventh. Okay, and half diminished. And then dominant seventh. Yeah, that's interesting. Augmented seventh. Other augmented seventh. That's interesting. Okay, So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take like a 20-30 second break, and then play on time both left and right hand in the key of E flat. So we're going to do the major 7th arpeggio, and then minor 7th, diminished 7th, and then minor 7th flat 5 or half diminished, and then dominant 7th, and then over to augmented 7th, and then see how that feels. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 on time. Minor 7th. One more time. Minor 7th. Last time. Diminished 7th. Half diminished. Last time. Dominant 7th. Cool. Augmented 7th. Let's try the other augmented 7th. Cool, let's go backwards. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. Backwards. Backwards. One more time. Twice. This is 1. Cool, backwards. Let's do this 4 times. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go backwards. Minor 7th. And lastly, major 7th. Ending. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, it feels much better in E flat than it does in C sharp. All that means is we are just gonna have to keep on practicing. So tomorrow we're going to start on E flat, and then practice that, practice, and then go back to C sharp as well, and then practice that. It might just mean practicing C sharp. It might just mean just practicing C sharp the entire week. Okay, F sharp feels okay as well, roughly speaking. So yeah, we'll see. So tomorrow I'm gonna continue, and I'm gonna start in E flat and then go back to C sharp and practice C sharp arpeggios as well. So yeah, for the most part, that's it. I was just thinking of something now as I was finishing off the practice in E flat. I was just thinking to myself, so what happens if I take in say diminished 7th chord, if I take the 2 middle notes and I move them up a half step? So that gives me what's the formal name for this? Would it be an Ed 6? So C major Ed 6. This calls this an A minor 7th. Makes sense because so this takes us to a minor 7th. Okay, what if instead of moving these two here, what if I move these two? What is this? I don't know. Let's move some notes around. So, okay. This looks like an F minor 7th. Okay, so moving 2 notes up gives us this. Okay, so moving the first 2 notes up gives us an F sharp minor 7th as well. So moving middle 2 up gives us an A minor 7th. What if we move them down? That doesn't sound like a minor, but let's see. Now it does. It does now. We move the 4th down here. Move the 2nd. Yeah. So that just gives us a D minor 7th. Interesting. So what did I do there? I moved these guys here to get this, which is a D minor 7th. Okay. So D minor 7th, A minor 7th. This gives me F sharp minor 7th. What about this? Let's see. So that's what I have. That's interesting. Okay, this goes down to give me this. That looks like a B. Yeah, B minor. Okay. B minor 7th. Bring this up. Go bring this guy up. Okay, and where was I coming from? I was coming from, let's bring this guy up. And take this guy up. I was coming from here, which is just taking the first 2 notes down a half step. That's interesting. So that takes us to a B minor 7th. I should have seen this because all that just brought me back to this B minor 7th. Okay, so B minor 7th, F sharp minor 7th. This is D minor 7th, A minor 7th. Interesting. And if we take these 2 guys down, I'm assuming this is an F minor 7th. Yeah, it looks like it. Nope. Is it? Yeah, it looks like it to me, because this is F, this comes down. Yeah. Okay, F minor 7th, so down gives us F minor 7th. Okay, and if we take them up instead, this looks to me like C minor 7. Interesting. Okay, so if we have a minor chord like a C minor 7th, and then I move 2 notes down a half step, it ends up giving me this, which is like an augmented. Okay, I won't bother myself about that. So essentially what I've just seen now, which is knowledge that I'm going to carry with me for the rest of my life, is that if you have a diminished chord and you move any 2 notes, any 2 consecutive notes, either up or down a half step. So let's say we have these first 2 notes, move them down a half step. This gives us a minor 7th. So that's a B minor 7th. If we move them up a half step, gives us a F sharp minor 7th. That's the first 2. But if it's the middle 2, move them down a half step. That gives us a D minor 7th. Up a half step gives us an A minor 7th. If it's the last 2 notes down a half step, this gives us an F minor 7th. If we move them up a half step, then that gives us looks like a G. No, it looks like just a C minor 7th. So the knowledge that I've just discovered, which probably makes sense and other people already know it, is that if you have a minor 7th, diminished 7th chord, if you move any 2 consecutive notes up or down by a half step, it just gives you a minor 7th chord. So if I want to go to the 6 in C, in the key of C, C major, because C6 is a minor chord. Technically speaking, I could use the C diminished chord as a passing chord. To come to an A minor 7th. Which means I could... yeah, it makes sense. Because if we play the A diminished 7th chord, it's just moving these 2 top notes up a half step to get that. So it sort of makes sense. So I could use either one of these inversions of the A diminished 7th chord. Which one did I have? So we had that and okay, F sharp. Okay. Just looking for a bass note to use. I don't like that. Let's say we're coming from the 4, 5. let's try. Maybe let's try that. 4. Playing by ear, Patrick. You want to learn how to play by ear. The best thing I can teach, or the best advice I can give you, is get into the habit of singing or getting familiar with how to sing. Not necessarily singing, you can start with humming. If you can hum a song, or if you can hum the song that you want to learn, you can hum the melody. That's the first step. Humming will allow you to develop the ear to hear what is being played, to hear the melody, stuff like that. So once you can hum, it's just a matter of finding the notes that you are humming on the keyboard. That's the first step. And through that, you'd be able to, as an example, find the key of a song through just the humming. So hum and try to hum the melody. And after that, try to hum whatever you're hearing as the bass line. That will give you the chord progression of whatever song you're trying to learn. As an example, let's say we're here. So I'm humming. There's a song here in South Africa. I think it's called Lo Musongaka. Lo Musongaka. I don't know what the lyrics are, but through the humming, I can get the melody of the song. I'm looking for do 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 do. Do 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 do. So I already know how the first what the first 2 notes or 3 notes are for the song as they're singing the chorus. Da 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 da. Okay. Da 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 da. And then after that, da 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 da. That's what the melody is of the song. And after that, it's about the bass line. If you listen to the song Lo Musangaka by Benjamin Dube, if I'm not mistaken, it goes boom, boom. So if you're looking for that boom, that's B. Boom. I'm already so familiar with the process of humming the song that I'm trying to play that I know what the one chord sounds like. So when I hear in that melody, I already know that's the one. I just need to find that. So I may go. Okay, that's the note. It's B, so it means the one of that song is B. And if the one is B, it means the song is in the key of B. It could be minor, it could be major. You'd have to there's a slightly different way of figuring out whether it's a major or a minor. But the easiest way to easily find out whether it's a major or a minor B for that song is to just play a major chord. Verses. And when you're listening to the song, you'll know which one of the 2 chords it is. And then that will tell you whether it's B minor or B major. So with that melody, da-da-da-da-da, it's then a matter coupling that with the bass line. I said it starts with the doom. So it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, doom, da, 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 doom, da, 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 doom, da, 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 back to the doom. One more time. So So that already gives me the basis for the song. Then the only thing that's left is figuring out which chords work for the song. And to figure that out, for a lot of songs, it's going to be your basic triads of your key. I'm not sure which key do you play in, Patrick. If you let me know what key you play in, I could maybe move or transpose this song to that key, and then we can continue there. I'm not sure if you play in all keys. Are you familiar with the key of B major, or should I go to C major, F sharp major? I'm not sure. Just let me know in the comment, then we can continue from there. But in the meantime, I'll just continue in the original key of the song, which is B major, until you let me know in the comment. So basic triads of this, the B major scale. So B major, cool. Triads for the first note is going to be your B major. So your 1. I'll try to not go too in depth. I won't act as though you are too noob. F sharp, cool. Let's move to F sharp. So we know that's my 1. So let's start that again. Let me see if I can add a metronome and 3 beats. Let me speed it up a bit. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Cool. So that's the melody of the song. Ba 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 ra ra, ba 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 ra ra, ba ra 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 da ra. Then the bass line, boom, da, da, da. That's the core progression of the song. So if you look at the numbers for that, that would have been your 1, then boom is your 4, boom, 5. Then back to the 1 again. So the next thing is, the next best thing you can do to figure out for your melody, to figure out which chord it is to start with your basic triads. So your triads, it's the 3 noted chords that you play in your F sharp major scale. So your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So ask yourself, okay, cool. This melody starts on the 5, 5, 5, 5, 4, 3. You can ask yourself, what triad can I play that ends with the 5th note? So in this case, it's just a 1. So 4th, what ends with the 4th? That's your 7. So let's try that. When you're listening to the song and what the singers are singing, you'll be like, this chord doesn't fit. Something about it doesn't fit what they are singing. What the different people are singing would call that the harmony, right? I won't act like you don't know what harmony is. So this chord does not fit the harmony that is being sung by the singers in the song. So I will eliminate it. So what other chord within the F sharp major scale has this for the fourth note. Easiest. So cool. 1, 2. 2 has that. So let's try with the 2. So it's going up, and it's making the 6 our topmost note. So just a quick diversion. With the melody that you already know from the song that you've already figured out, the main thing is to try and keep the melody note at the very top. So our 5 at the beginning, da, 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 that 5 is the top note of the chord that we're playing. So that makes sense. Da, 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 da. That's why it still sort of feels good. It feels like, okay, cool, it works in this context. But our 2 chord, the top note is the 6, but our melody note is the 4. So we will need to find a 2 chord that has the 4 on top. So let's invert the 2 chord. So first inversion, second inversion. So we'll end with we end up with this second inversion 2 chord. So let's move that down to here. Cool. So let's try with that 2 chord. Da, 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 da. Good work. Let's go with that 2 chord. Da, 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 da. And then we check what chord ends with the 3 or has the 3 on top. Could be a 6. So let's try. But then you're like, that 6 still doesn't fit. What's another chord that has the 3rd in it? And then you'll find out, okay, cool. I have the 6, but I also have the 1 if I invert it, because we want the 3 to be the topmost note. So let's invert again. Cool. So now we have an inversion of the 1 chord that has the 3rd note on top. So let's just move it down. Cool. So let's try that. Sounds more like it. So it's probably what they may be playing. You'll just have to listen further. But for now, for starters, it's a good way of starting to figure out what are they playing. So we've already gotten the melody. Ba, 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 ba. We've gotten some chords that can work with that. 1, 1, 1, 2, just inverted. 1, inverted again. Cool. And then we get to the next chord, 4. And then they go. Ba, 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 da, da. What's a chord that has the 4? We've already discovered the 2. So let's try the 2 again. So from the 1. Then the next note of the melody, ba, 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 ba. We already have the inverted 1 for that. Let's try the 1 again. Then what's the next note? Da, 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 da. It's this. So what note ends with the 2? It's your, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your 5 in root position has 2 as the topmost note. So let's try that. So 1. Something about it doesn't sit well, especially when you listen to the song. You're like, harmony-wise, this chord doesn't fit with what the singers are singing. So what's another chord that ends with the 2? So we had 5. Let's move up to the next chord, which will be our 7. Let's try the 7. But we need an inversion that will have the 2 as the topmost chord. So let's invert that 7 once again. Cool. So here's an inversion of the 7 that has the 2 as the topmost. So let's just bring it down. So cool. So here's an inversion. So let's try that from the top. could work. Let's stick with it because it works for now. We'll refine it later on. So we already have the chords that you could play on the 1 and on the 4. And all of this is just based off of that melody that you hummed at the very beginning. Da, 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 da. Then da, 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 da. We already have a chord for this. Da, da, da. Okay. So we have a chord for this. Let's use the same. Do we have a chord for this? Yes, we do. 2. So we have a chord for this. What chord ends with the 1 on top? That's your 4. But the 4 won't work because we know the bass note goes back to the 1. So the easiest thing to do is, let's see what's the next chord that that ends with that has the 1 in it. It could be the 6. Because we need an inversion of the 6, right? That has the 1 as the topmost note. So inverting, first inversion, second inversion, just bring it down. Something about this 6 chord, something about the 6 chord just doesn't work as the landing chord when we are resolving to the 1. So if you check what's another chord, what's another triad that has the 1 in it, it's the 1. So we just need to invert in order to have this as the topmost note. So first inversion works because we have the 1 as our topmost note. So let's try that. So da, 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 da. And there you have a working progression for that chorus. So taking it from the top. That is a working progression. Now, you've gotten to a working progression based off of just humming, and you hummed the melody at first to get the chords that are being played on the right hand, and then you hummed the bass line based off of the bass that you're hearing in the song to give you the progression. So 1 4 5 1, and the melody that we've been going through. Now you can refine it even further by listening to the harmonies that are being sung in the song by the singers, or by trying to listen out for what notes are being played by the instruments. And through that, you will then be able to refine it further and figure out, okay, cool. For the first chord, that 1 is correct. That 2 may be correct. It could also be a 4, which is this first inversion. It could be the first inversion of the 4. Let's try with the first inversion of the 4. Yeah, the 4 doesn't sound like what they are singing, so it's probably the 2. This sounds better and sounds more like what they are singing compared to, because of this. So this sounds better than this for that specific song. So through that process of elimination, you can then figure out which chords work best. So let's continue. The 1 just works. That's what it sounds like in the song. So it's probably the 1 that they're playing, and then they go to the 4. The 2 that we played, second inversion of the 2, compared to the 4 sounds more natural for what they are singing. So through that process of elimination that we've already gone through, you can go through all of it, be like, okay, cool, they go da 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 da. I mean da da. So for this note, what chords are there? You've already gone through your 2, you will go to through your 4, and you've gone through your 7. Find out which one of those 3 triads works the best. And for me, I found it to be the 4, just inverted. So and then this is just your 2 inverted. I think I was not playing that though when I did it initially. I think I played this, which is the 7 inverted. But through my process of elimination, I ended up finding out that it's not the 7 actually that works best. In that case, it's just the 2 inverted. So 2, first inversion of the 2, and I just bring it down. So I play 7. The 7 doesn't fit well as well. I ended up finding out it's a 4. Da, 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 da. So if I was to play the basic song through this basic progression, it would be that. Yep, sorry, that's my fault. Let's put time as well. 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that already sounds like more like the song than anything else that I would have played at that moment. So that's the basics I can give you, Patrick, for how to start learning to play by ear, is to go through that. Eventually, as you start building more of that muscle of listening and listening through your ear, just listening to what is being played, you'll end up hearing more things and be like, what are they playing there? I'm hearing this note as an example. So I'm gonna come back to F sharp. I ended up hearing this. I ended up hearing da-da. I'm like, what are they playing there? So if I take that, bring it up to F sharp, so that's what they played. That's what I ended up hearing. So let me start afresh. One more time. Back to the 3. And then yeah, that's sort of about it for that. I'm not sure if that sort of makes a bit of sense, but hopefully it does. That's the easiest and simplest way I can sort of advise you to start. It's just start singing. Sing along. If you can't sing, hum the song. Try to hum what you're hearing, and try to listen for something, and listen for something specific, and try to hum it. once you can hum it and you're confident or you're satisfied with what you're humming compared to what you're hearing, then try to find what you're humming on the piano or whatever instrument that you play. And that will be the beginning. And then eventually you'll get so used to it that you'll hear a song the first time, and through the humming you'll be like, okay, this song says the bass line ends up ending on a note like dung. So it means it's on D. Just through that, you just find where do they usually land, and then most songs end up landing on the one or starting on the one. Most songs, especially in Southern African gospel, in fact most songs end on the one. So usually that note that will be dominant at the beginning of whatever they're singing will probably be your one, and that will give you the key that they're singing in. But with enough practice, even if the song doesn't start on the one or starts on the 4 or the 6 or whatever, then you'd still be able to find your way back to the one through just the humming. So that's the process that I still go through when I learn songs, especially when I learn new songs. I just listen to the song, and once I've listened maybe once, second time around, I try to start humming it before I even start playing. And the first thing I may do probably is not even humming the melody, but humming the bass line. Once I have the bass line, I can look at, okay, what's the bass progression, the chord progression for the song without playing melody. So for this song, it would just be one. That would be like, if you're like an absolute beginner, that would probably be the progression that you play when someone is singing that song. And then once you know that bass line and you know the chord progression, you can then start putting some meat to it. That's the melody, and making sure that the chords that you're playing are pushing forward that melody. So yeah, that's about it, man. That's about it. That's the easiest way I could explain that. If I play songs, I'm not sure. I need to check YouTube rules around playing songs. I don't want the streams to be cancelled or my channel to get like a copyright strike or something like that. That's why I'm shying away from actually playing music during these streams. But yeah, I'll probably, for this actual song that I was talking to you about, I'm planning on actually doing like a tutorial for it, cover tutorial. So I'll keep in mind that some people also play in F sharp, and I know others play in A flat and B flat, stuff like that. So I'll try to cover all of those. But that's essentially it. That's it. I'm not sure if you have any other questions, but that's it. Let me try playing this song. Original key though. How does it go again? Oh. Up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. modulate to C sharp. I forgot how it goes. I think they modulate here. Up to there. So let's modulate again. So cool, bro. You're welcome. I'll show you next time. That goes to the 4. And that's it. I just don't like playing triads because they sound just plain. Yeah. Just some other things to spice up your playing. Yeah, man, I get you. And the funny thing is, I've also started experimenting with triads because I've realized that a lot of the advanced stuff is based off of the simple stuff. So as an example, if you look at I'm sure you already know this in your playing. So your 1, if you take that 1, you can essentially not play 1 and play a 3 instead. And you've already played it's still a simple chord, but it's more fuller than a regular one, in that you played a 3 on the right and a 1 on your bass. This ends up becoming your 1 major 7 just by doing or making that small change, because that's what you played, which is your 1 major 7th. And if you invert it, so that's so essentially your triads, if you mix them up through sitting on your keyboard and playing it a lot and whatnot, you'll eventually get so familiar with the triads that you can know what triads, or you can mess around and find out which triads work with which other chords. So I've already shown that you can play your 1, which is boring, or you can play a 3 over the 1, and that adds a bit more tension and suspense and makes it feel more advanced. And then you can go to your 4 and play your regular 4, sure, or you can spice it up a little bit, but by playing something that is not 4 over this 4. So what could you potentially play? You could play a 2. It still sounds a little basic, maybe. Sure, you could play a 6. And by simply playing the 6, you've already now played like a major 7th of your 4, which already elevates it just a little bit more. Makes it sound a little bit jazzy. So you could play a 6 over 4, you could play a 3 over 1. So for your 5, you could play a regular 5, or if you check the pattern here is, if you're playing 1, go to skip 1 note in between your scale, go to the next one and play the triad for that. That will give you a major 7. If you're playing 4, skip 1, play the 6. That already makes it sound better. And then if you're playing 6, skip 1, play the 1. That makes it sound, you could play inversions of it. You can double notes, just octaving them. Already all those things make things sound a bit fuller. And a trick that you'll end up maybe also getting to is omitting notes as well makes everything sound fuller. So you could play the 1 over the 6, or you could play the 4 over 6. And if you're playing the 4 over 6, omit that 6. Already, just by that, you've already played something that sounds a bit cooler, more cooler than just playing your regular 6 triad. And because you're already playing this, you can double this here. What was I playing? So yeah. So yeah, just experimenting. You could take a regular triad, take the 3 out from here in the middle and bring it down. Play it here. Already that sounds way more cooler than just playing a regular one. And in fact, because you've played this, you've already now found a substitution for your 3 chord. Just by taking your regular one, take this out, put it at the bottom. Yeah, stuff like that. Yep. So that's why I'm saying those basic chords, the triads that we end up hating over time, those are the foundation that is used by professionals to play stuff that sounds simple yet complex. So don't forsake the triads, although I do agree that you should expand your chords. So already you've expanded by just playing the 3 over the 1, because now you have a major 7th chord, and you're learning how to extend your regular triads to major 7th. And so on and so forth. Eventually, you get to other chords. So say your major chord. If you add the 2, you probably already do. If you don't, start adding that second. So if you play one like this, add this guy in there. Let this be a new one. And you figure out what I said previously. Omit some notes, move them down. So forget about playing the bass here on the left hand. Just take your regular triad with your added 2 and take that 3 out, put it at the bottom. That already sounds better, and you can use that to play your 3. So you have a substitution for your 3 chord. And remember, we said we can double chords as well. I mean, you can double some notes. So you can choose to double the 1. So if we're omitting that 3, we can double the 1, octave it, so play. Or you can double the 2. Let's see what happens if we double the 2. So let's bring the 2 here. I'm sure there's a place where that can work as a substitution for whatever chord You could potentially use it as a substitution for the 2 chord. What happens if we double the 5? That's a chord that a lot of people use. And I'm playing the same chord on the right hand, right? I'm not changing anything. Already, you're somewhere. You're somewhere else, and it's all based off of just triads, just omitting some notes here and there. So that's it. Watch it, a 1 hour stream turn into a 2 hour stream. Anyways, that's it, guys. That's it. I've already streamed 1 hour longer than I should have. So let's catch each other tomorrow, 6 p.m. for 1 hour, please. Hey, I'm sorry, but yeah, let's move and see each other again tomorrow, 6 p.m. and continue practicing our 7th chord arpeggios. So that's major 7th, minor 7th, diminished 7th, half diminished, dominant, and augmented 7ths. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for joining this 2 hour stream that was supposed to be 1 hour. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, and have a lovely evening further.